Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sunday Race Club. Today, we are racing with our women's, of course, and we're super excited to have you guys all back with us. Today's course, as always, 34 kilometers in total. Today, we don't have so much climbing to do, only 645 meters total elevation. 7 segments, as usual, 5 being 1 kilometer, and the last 2 being 5-kilometer segments. And you can see from segment number 6 all the way through segment number 7, relatively flat. So we could see a really good time trial-ish stage today. Of course, the first 4 segments are a little hilly, a little bit of roller coaster action as they get through there. So it could be a really good race for everybody. Just under 3 minutes to go to the start of today's race. And going into the teams, for Spartan Obstacles, we have Catherine from Switzerland, not Sweden. We have Carolina. And we have Maria for Spartan Obstacles. And for Las Colombias team, we have Dorancy, Sora, Jima, and Rosalina. And for Strong Girls, we have Mandana Decan, Faith Faber, and Lisa Brommel. And for the CM Women team, we have Angie Solzano, Sandra Molina Valencia, Stefania, and Jessica. And then moving on to our individual riders for today, Golden Light and Rebecca Gilson. So we have just about 2 minutes to go before they start today's 35-kilometer segment or stage. We'll go ahead and let them get warmed up. I'll come back for the start. So now inside 20 seconds to go. Ladies are looking nice and warmed up. Total of 15 competitors, just one shy of what we had for the men's race earlier today. So we'll have to see who gets a really good start off the line here. Who's going to be our segment hunter? And hopefully everything is going well. So now the ladies are off. We are 800 meters in do the total 35 kilometers today. Segment number 1's coming up here at kilometer number 2. Apologies if we had some audio issues earlier. Not sure if you guys were able to hear me or not. Regardless, it looks like we're coming through clear now. So as I was saying, 15 women today. We had 16 men. It's really awesome to have you guys all back with us here at the Sunday Race Club. And I'm really interested to see who we're going to have as our segment hunter today. Wonder if we'll have our regular Melina Valencia or if we'll get somebody new. We have plenty of time to figure that out as we are now just within a kilometer to the start of segment number 1. Everybody's staying nice and tidy together so far. Typical of what we see at the start of the races. Of course, it's going to come down towards the end to see how split apart everybody gets. Hope you guys have all had a great week. Hope you guys got some good training in. Maybe some outdoor rides, depending on where you live. I know the Colombians, you guys can ride pretty much all year round. And of course, jealous of that over here in the EU. But off the front, it looks like we have Melina Valencia so far. Just 400 meters to go until we start segment 1. As you can see up ahead there, you can see the start gate. So she's going to go ahead and get a really early attack for this first segment. She is our regular segment hunter. So we can go ahead and see if she can go ahead and pull off a win here for segment number 1. Chase pack behind her, not really doing anything crazy at the moment. Looks like they'll all roll through the start line together. So now Melina Valencia through. And the pack there just shortly behind her. Doesn't look like that much distance on screen, but time-wise, it's about 6-second gap that Melina Valencia has. And you can see her watts there. Mid-300s. The chase back there, mid-200s. So she's putting out a really good effort so far. Still 800 meters to go. So we'll have to see who can take this one. Nobody really answering Melina Valencia's attack there for segment number 1, so she may as well get this overall. Cruising at 47 kilometers per hour. The pack speed about 40. But of course, it's not all about segment wins. It's all about where you finish at the end of today's race. And I think most of the ladies in this pack, that's what they really care about, getting a good overall finish today. So now Melina Valencia has the finish line in her sights. And soon will everybody else. So now Melina Valencia approaching the finish line, segment number 1. The pack behind her about 10 seconds back. We'll wait and see for the overall time. So far, of course, Melina Valencia. And now with everybody else through. So Melina Valencia does take the win for segment number 1. Countryside sprint there. Second place from Las Colombianas, Rosalina Bargan. Third place, Dorancy. Fourth place, Lisa Bromwell from Germany for Team Strong Girls. And individual rider, Golden Light from the UAE, rounding out the top 5. So congratulations to Melina Valencia on picking up segment number 1. And now we're going to move on to segment number 2, starting here at the 5-kilometer mark. Melina Valencia still out front, 13-second lead on everybody else so far. But of course, she'll probably cool down here in a little bit and get sucked up by the group. We can go ahead and see on screen Melina Valencia there on the left side. Watts are dropping. Her pace is slowing. Still out front by a good few seconds there, though. Distance-wise, it's about 100 meters. And as I say that, looks like she's going to go ahead and increase her power. Still just about a kilometer away from the start of segment number 2. The rest of our athletes there on the right screen, staying nice and tidy. Golden Light in there. Lorenzi, Faye Faber, the Swiss, Catherine, who broke my heart. Thought she was Swedish last weekend, but of course there was just a technical difficulty. So apologies for speaking Swedish on last week's stream. But she's got it all sorted out. She is a Swiss citizen. And so awesome to see all you guys here from your different nationalities. So now we are just about 800 meters to the start of segment number 2. Melina Valencia still out front, just by about 20 seconds now. It's a really good lead. She's not really doing any crazy efforts here, but she is maintaining that gap, which is pretty cool to see this early on. We'll have to see if she has anything in the tank for segment number 2 coming up, or if she's going to use it as a recovery segment. Now Melina Valencia approaching the start gate for segment number 2. See how she attacks this one, or if she does at all. She's put out a really good effort there for the first segment. The rest of the pack now approaching the start gate as well. Just 11 seconds back here from Melina Valencia. So now Melina is through. Not pushing crazy watts just yet, but she's not slowing down either. As our pack now comes through the start, we'll see who's going to make any efforts on this one. Just doing a little bit of a comparison here. Melina Valencia is putting out more watts than the riders there on our right side of the screen. And she is now 400 meters into this segment number 2. So far, just by the numbers she is putting out, she will have a faster time compared to the rest, unless somebody decides to answer it and go full-blown attack here soon. Melina Valencia very well could take segment number 2 as well. So the pace of this pack currently at 25 kilometers per hour. Same pace as Melina out there all by herself. Downside is she's not getting any drafting. She's not getting any help from any of her fellow riders out there today. But our athletes there on the right side of the screen, all working together really nicely, taking different pulls off the front. Really good to see that. Melina Valencia now 100 meters to go to the finish of segment number 2. And just about 200 meters for everybody else. I'll have to go ahead and see what the timesheet says once everybody comes through. So far, of course, Melina Valencia is at the top, but now when everybody else comes through, we'll see if there's any change up. And there is. Faye Faber from Team Strong Girls takes the win of segment number 2, total time of 1 minute and 53 seconds, followed by her teammate Mandana Dekan, only by 0.1 seconds. In third place, Las Colombias team rider Dorancy. And fourth place for Strong Girls, Lisa Brommel from Germany. And fifth place, Las Colombias rider Gemma. So nice job there, Faye Faber. Good job on sniping segment number 2. Now we can go ahead and sit in segment number 3 coming up here at kilometer number 8. And I'll take a quick break and rejoin you guys for the start of segment number 3. So now just about 600 meters to go till we start segment number 3. Another 1 kilometer segment here coming up. And we have Melina Valencia on the left side of our screen. She won't be out front for very much longer. Looks like the pack is going to catch her up here soon. And that's good because riding alone is kind of boring sometimes. Faye Faber on screen, winner of segment number 2, doing an awesome job so far today. Really awesome to have you guys all rejoined with us for our third and last Sunday Race Club for January. I hate to sound cliche, but the year is really, really flying by already. So through the start gate for segment number 3, leading us out there was Jessica Mendoza, followed by Karupe. Seemed like Jessica was going to go for an attack there to start the segment off with a lot of speed. Kind of Melina Valencia style, but didn't see that actually. So everybody's still nice and tidy there. There's about 700 meters to go to the end of segment number 3. We'll see if this woman on screen now, Faye Faber from Great Britain, will make an attack. See if she'll try to take another segment. But so far, everybody's just still sticking with each other all the way through this one. So now just 200 meters to go. Inside 200 meters to go now to the end of segment number 3. There's the finish gate there. Didn't have a lot of eyes on the back of the pack to see if anybody made any late breaks there, but first place, Melina Valencia, total time 1 minute and 28 seconds. Second place, Strong Girls, Madonna Decan, and third place for Las Colombias, Rosalina, total time 1 minute and 29 seconds. So all the girls there, you can see by the times, really close, just 200ths of a second between, the top 3 there. So not a whole lot of action happening. So now kilometer number 4 coming up here at, the 11th kilometer. And as you can see here on screen, they're going to be going up a little bit. Once they get through the gate there, they'll start to go down in elevation. Then pretty much, like a flat-ish, false flat, all the way through segment number 7 and then to the finish line. So I think that'd be a good spot to do some pack ride and get some good drafting in. And hopefully we can have a really good sprinters finish. This is definitely a stage for the sprinters with it being so flat. So we'll have to go ahead and see what happens towards the end of today's race. Just 1 kilometer to go now until we start segment number 4. And as you just saw on screen, we're super excited to launch our new world, Alula. The guys back in the UAE have been working so hard on this the past few months, getting everything right. It's an absolute beautiful place. And it's now live. We have our official kickoff event this week coming up. For all the athletes here, of course, racing and riding with us right now, it is live and you can go ahead and check it out. Nice to see some new things, some new scenery. It's pretty fun to discover the world of Alula. So Melina Valencia on screen now, sitting in the pack, being smart about it. We'll see if she decides to be a contender for segment number 4 coming up here in about 600 meters. Everybody's currently about 306 meters above sea level. Relatively flat portion of the course here now, as you can see on the top right of your screen. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this will be, after stage 4 here, segment 4, this will just be the highest that they pretty much climb. That'll be the end of our short little punchy climbs. And then everything else will be pretty much flat and TT style for the remainder of the day. We have Golden Light leading us out so far from the UAE, one of our individual riders today. And there's the start gate for segment number 4. Looks like everybody's going to roll through the start gate pretty much together. Somebody's working their way through the front there. Melina Valencia. But it looks like Golden Light is just behind her, not letting her get too far away. Trying not to. Lisa Brommel now up in the mix as well. So Melina Valencia put on an attack there, and a lot of people have answered that one. Really nice to see that kind of action in today's race. So top 4 there. Melina Valencia, Lisa Brommel, Golden Light, Catherine. So now Catherine Frewer off the front. But everybody's still so tight. So we'll see a bunch of names change there up at the front of this race. Just inside 400 meters to go to the end of segment number 4. So far, it still could be anybody's segment. All of the attacks have been answered by almost everybody there. We have Faye Faber leading us out now. They have a nice little punchy climb here. So now they can see the finish line. Melina Valencia there on screen. We'll see if her attack early on has helped her overall time for this segment number 4. We have Jessica Mendoza there. Golden Light, they're going to cross the line pretty much together, followed by everybody else. So we'll take a look at the times and see who got this one, segment number 4. And it is, in fact, Jessica from the CM Women team. Total time of 1 minute and 27 seconds. Second place, individual rider Golden Light from the UAE. In third place, Dorancy for the Los Colombianos team. Total time 1 minute and 29. Good job there, Jessica, taking number 4. Really awesome to see an attack launch there by Melina Valencia, and then everybody else kind of answered it. That was really, really nice. So now you guys have about 2 kilometer break before you start segment number 5, our last 1 kilometer segment for the day. And that is going to start here at kilometer number 14. Sorry, I lost my notes there for a second. So 14, that's where we start kilometer number 5, the last 1K kilometer of the day. I'll take a little break and come back with you guys for the start of that one. So now through segment number 5, everybody goes. Again, the last 1 kilometer segment of today. Melina Valencia leading everybody out. This could be anybody's segment. Saw some really good contenders. Last segment winner, Jessica. It could go to Faye Faber. It could go to Lisa Bromell. It can go to Catherine. It could go to anybody at this point. There's no real strong attacks happening as we're now 200 meters inside of this 1 kilometer segment. They make their way through the jungle here. Looks like Rosalina Bargon has gotten a little drop from the pack there. Everybody working really well together there on the left side of our screen. So just now inside 500 meters, 400 meters now to go. Jessica Mendoza off the front there, joined by Faye Faber and Dorancy. Golden Light is up there as well. Everybody's still really tidy as we approach the last 200 meters. This very much could go to Jessica. She's putting on a pretty good attack now. That could be all it needed to take this overall segment since everybody stayed together very well. Only takes just a couple of seconds, a couple hundredths of a seconds to claim a victory in these segments. Go ahead and look at the timesheets. And it was Catherine from Switzerland for Spartan Obstacles. Total time, 1 minute and 31 seconds. Followed by second place, Durancy, 1 minute and 31 as well. She was just 0.004 seconds behind. Faye Faber, 1 minute and 31 as well, 0.093. That's a really tight grouping for the top three. And it just goes back to exactly what I said. It only takes a little bit of effort. If you guys all start together and are pretty much finishing together, it just takes just a couple second effort, maybe a 30-second little sprint there, and you can go ahead and claim a stage. So congrats, Catherine, on taking segment number 5. Now we'll be rolling on to segment number 6, our first 5-kilometer segment of today. We're a total of 15.4 into today's 35-kilometer stage. And everything now is going to be pretty easy peasy as long as you're good at TT and sprinting, I think. So we'll see who the sprinter is. I'm trying to recall who was our good sprinters from the Winter Solstice Championship. And unfortunately, I suffer from short-term memory loss, long-term memory loss, everything. So I'm going to be, it's going to be interesting. Interesting to see who's going to be there at the end of today's race. It'd be pretty awesome if it's this whole pack, but we'll have to wait and find out. So segment 6, Queen of the Jungle segment, starting here at 19 kilometers. You can see they're on a nice little downhill section right now. Be good to give the legs a little bit of a break. Currently 382 meters above sea level. Nobody really in the threshold zone though. Speed of the pack, 42 kilometers per hour. And everybody just pushing in the mid 100s right now, which means nobody's putting out any crazy efforts. So that's good. Just save some energy for the end of today's race. Judging by the looks of Lisa Bromel's avatar, it looks like she was trying to put a little bit of distance between herself and everybody else. She's definitely putting out some good numbers right now, but everybody fighting to hang on. She's really upping the pace of the entire pack right now. And we have Miss Switzerland there with her. So just as I was saying, everybody's just kind of hanging out and recovering. They basically told me to shut up and watch. They put on a really good power effort there. So it was a really good effort there by Lisa Bromwell to kind of up the pace for everybody, getting everybody ready for the last few kilometers of today's race. We have a nice incline here now. And now we have Jessica Mendoza off the front, trying to establish a gap again. We'll see who's going to answer that back, if she can hold it out. Again, it looks like everybody's going to be trying to answer it, not let her get too far away. Some really good stuff here. And now so Milena Valencia is rejoined by the rest of the pack. So the whole pack here now still climbing up ever so slightly, currently 426 meters. So they've had some good climbs there. And right now you can see at the top right of your screen, a little elevation map there. pretty much on the flats right now, but they will start to go up here soon. Now we're just 200 meters away from the start of our first 5 kilometer segment of the day, segment number 6 there. Everybody's still riding together. The pack hasn't split up too much. Kind of like the same thing we saw with the race before this with our men's. Everybody pretty much stayed together. A few people dropped off the back, but it's really nice when you can have so many athletes on a similar level of athletic ability here, racing together and really battling it out. So far, 19.1 kilometers into today's 35K stage. I really hope that this pack can stick together for the entirety of the race and give a really good sprint finish all the way down to the end. And I'm really glad I'm not a betting man because I don't know who I'd put my money on at this point. I think it can be anybody's race. So 200 meters in to start of segment number 6. We'll go ahead and let you guys do your thing. And I'll check back in here in a few kilometers just before we end and see who takes segment number 6. So I'm back, and we are now just approaching the end of segment number 6, coming up here in about 800 meters. Everybody has stuck very well together. But now we can see off the front, we have Lisa Brommel going off for a full attack. She's going to go ahead and try to claim this segment number 6 here in the last kilometer. You have Catherine right there behind her trying to get up close, putting out really good efforts here. Approaching the 400 watt range there for Catherine. Lisa Brommel doing the same. It looks like Catherine is going to close in on her. See if she can go right on by. We also have Golden Light and Karupe. Everybody almost riding in a nice single file line there, really time trialing it out. This is really going to come down to the wire here. These 5 ladies off the front, really putting in awesome efforts. Catherine there now, right up alongside Lisa Brommel almost. And Golden Light as well. So now just 200 meters to go. Really good effort, guys. Really going to come down to the line on this one. Really interested to see the times that you guys are going to spit out here. So with everybody through there, let's go ahead and take a look. Lisa Brommel from Germany. Total time, 8 minutes and 51 seconds. Second place, close behind. Catherine from Spartan Obstacles there, just half a second behind her. And then Golden Light rounding out the top 3, just 0.7 behind Catherine there from Switzerland. Really nice job. Really good sprint finish there. It's really cool to see a little pack of 5 women really giving it everything they've got. So now we move on to our last and final segment of the day. Segment number 7 coming up at kilometer 28. So now they have just under 4Ks to kind of rest and recover so they can go ahead and attack the last few Ks of today's race. And that's the hope. I hope to see that kind of finish here at the end of the day. You had 5 women there off the front. Now we have Milena Valencia going off the front here. Wonder if she's going to try to establish a really good gap. You have Dorancy there with her as well, answering that attack. Catherine and Lisa Brommel. Everybody looking in excellent shape today. Looks like you guys have all had a really good week of training. Definitely shows today. Faye Faber up in the mix there as well with Golden Light. So they're all not going to let Milena Valencia get away. They're going to bring her right back into the pack. This is probably one of the best women's race that I've seen in the last few weeks. You don't have anybody just driving it off the front all the way to the end. There's all these little mini attacks happening and being answered. So really good job from all of our athletes here. Now they're all riding about 4 or 5 abreast. So yeah, awesome to see all the attacks being answered so fast. So now we just have 10 kilometers to go to the overall finish. And so far, everybody's doing a really good job of staying together. And like I said, I hope we do see this at the end of today's race. Valencia keeps launching these little attacks. Same with Lisa Brommel. So I hope you guys have some good gas left in the tank so you can have a really good sprint finish later on. So now turning attention back to the front of the pack, it looks like Jessica is trying to do a small little lead out, maybe just upping the pace for everybody. Didn't look like she was going for a full-blown attack, but maybe just trying to increase the pace, letting everybody know that she's ready to go. Sometimes it is a lot harder to ride slower than faster at your own pace. But now everybody keeping it pretty controlled. Looks like the pack now from that shot was trying to break up just ever so slightly. Currently at 542 meters above sea level. But we are like into the false flat area. So sometimes it's flat, sometimes it's a little downhill, and then some gradual climbs. Those gradual climbs can be pretty brutal on the legs. But now Jessica is out front, kind of controlling the pack ever so slightly. Faye Faber up there as well. Golden Light. We're just about 1 kilometer away from starting our last segment of the day, segment number 7. Which is titled Queen of the Desert. Queen of the Jungle, of course, was Lisa Brommel for segment number 6. So we'll see who can take Queen of the Desert segment coming up here soon. Pretty cool to see it. Just looking through my iPad here, checking on who's all in this main pack, of course. But out of the 15 that are in this pack, or that are in the race today, this is considered, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've only lost 4. So that's pretty good that everybody's been able to stick together. And up ahead, you can see the start line for our last and final segment of the day. Wonder if we're going to see any early attacks, maybe from the likes of Melina Valencia. Sorry, I just made both your first and last name into one name. I'll definitely keep my eyes on her and Faye Faber. Maybe she can do something for this final segment as well. So through the line we go, officially underway for segment number 7. I'm having a hard time looking at all the data here on my iPad and as well as my computer for the live stream, of course, just trying to figure out or come up with a good guess of who to keep our eyes on for this last segment of the day. It is another 5K segment, of course, so it might be coming down to the last kilometer before anybody does anything. But of course, you could also launch a very early attack, then get sucked up by the pack, and maybe launch a second one and claim the stage pretty early on. But as of now, I have no idea who it could possibly be. Everybody's looking super fit today. And it's so nice to see all the different names grabbing up these segments. So now 1 kilometer into this 5K segment. Still no real action, no real attacks going on just yet. Hard to keep your eyes at the top of the leaderboard to see who it is because it's going to be switching around so much. Seems like everyone is very much on the same page today. Just about 3 kilometers to go to the finish of segment number 7, and only 5Ks till we're done with the entire race for the day. Everybody rolls through the wild, wild west right now. Elevation currently 549 meters. They're on a slight downhill right now, but they will be starting to climb out of this here soon. As you can see on the top right of the screen, they are starting to come into a little bit of elevation now. Some of the gradual, long-running climbs. We'll definitely start to see some watt numbers come up. The speed of the pack will probably come down ever so slightly. But so far, they're all doing really well, holding around the mid 200 watt range, kicking around 30 kilometers per hour-ish. Nobody's really in the threshold zone. Nobody's really putting out major attacks just yet. I think everybody is very, very willing and able to answer any attacks. Everybody looks super close together. Golden Light there. One of our very strong individual riders. She's proven that the last few weeks. She's from the UAE. I'm sure if Angie or anybody decides to go off the front, Golden Light will be right there, ready to answer the attack, no problem. Now just 2Ks to go to finish off this segment. They're still climbing up ever so slightly. These long gradual climbs, your legs definitely feel those. Wondering if we'll see anything from this woman on screen, Melina Valencia. She could very much launch something soon, I feel. She's been done really well, picking up a lot of segments through all of our races in our series. So she has a really good segment hunting formula. Always seems to work out very well for her. But so far, she's buying her time inside the pack. Same with the likes of Faye Faber there with her. So now just inside 800 meters to go to the finish line here of segment number 7. Last segment of the day before we get to the one that means the most. And of course, that is the overall race finish. Faye Faber at the front of the group right now with Golden Light and Lisa Bromell and Catherine. Wonder if they're all watching the right side of the screen, watching the data to see who's going to start putting out some major watts, who's going to launch the attack. They've all pretty much started together and have hung together this entire 5-kilometer segment so far. So it's going to be quite interesting to see who's going to go ahead and take this one with them. Looked like a little attack by Catherine there, but I think she's just might have been just a little watt spike. 300 meters to go now. Currently being led out by Golden Light. Soon they'll be able to see the finish line for segment number 7. And I think this is the time to make any moves if you do want to claim the overall victory for sure. So there's the line now. See if anybody actually gets up out of the saddle and sprints for it. This is anybody's segment at this point. Doesn't look like anybody was really, really going for it. So we'll see who it is. And it's Dorancy from Las Colombias. Total time, 8 minutes and 36 seconds. And from CM Women Team, Melina Valencia, just 0.06 behind her, and Golden Light in third place. You can see by all those times there, everybody's super tightly grouped together. So nobody's really, really sending it on that final segment, which could possibly mean we can have a really exciting finish on our hands. They've all saved up their energy, possibly to have a really good sprint finish here. But major congratulations to Dorancy for winning our last segment of the day. So we just now have under 2 kilometers to go to the finish of the last Sunday Race Club of the month of January. And I have no idea who it's going to be. Just 1 kilometer to go now to the finish. Currently being led out by Golden Light. Catherine from Switzerland right there with her. Karupe. Everybody's trying to hang on there to Golden Light, not let her get too far of a lead out. Now Golden Light is really going to turn up the watts here a little bit. Just 800 meters to go. Golden Light from UAE leading everybody out, followed by Durancy, Karupe, Melina Valencia, Lisa Brommel. Everybody's still really tightly packed in there. They're not letting Golden Light get too far away. Melina Valencia now on the charge off the front there, 9.1 watts per kilo. Pushing over 600 watts now, and that's being answered by Jessica. Looks like she's coming up there. Jessica trying to hang on now, pushing in the upwards of 700 watts. She goes ahead and passes Melina Valencia. 300 meters to go to the finish here. Melina Valencia and Jessica really battling it out here. Inside 200 meters. Everybody else desperately trying to hang on in the back there. Really great sprint finish from these two women. They're coming to the line now, and it does look like it's going to be side by side now through the line. Melina Valencia takes that. Holy cow, I thought they were going to come through side by side, but Melina Valencia retook the lead there over Jessica for the overall win in today's Sunday Race Club. Major congratulations to Melina Valencia and Jessica for putting out a really good sprint finish there towards the end. So first place, Melina Valencia for CM Women Team. Her teammate in second place, Jessica Mendoza. Third place from Switzerland, the Spartan Obstacles rider, Catherine Fuhr. Fourth place, Jim Brogan. Fifth place for CM Women Team, Angie Solorzano. Sixth place, Spartan Obstacles, Karupe. Strong Girls rider coming in seventh place, Lisa Brommel from Germany. Eighth place, Las Colombias Dorancy. Ninth place, Golden Light out of the UAE. 10th place, Faye Faber. And 11th place now through the line there, Mandana Dekan. That was a really good finish from you guys. Super exciting to watch that one. Again, like I said earlier, I think it's probably the best women's race we've had here ever since the Winter Solstice Championship. So major congratulations to Melina Valencia and to Jessica and Catherine there rounding out our top three. Don't forget, as soon as the race is over and you guys are logged off, please do not forget to send us your fit files so we can go ahead and get all of your results verified sooner rather than later. We like to get everything verified so we can move on and get registration opened up for the next week's race. So now with it all said and done, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here again for our Sunday Race Club. Hope to see you guys all back next week. You guys put on an amazing race today. So I hope you have a great week coming up ahead. Have some good rides, inside, outside, whatever the case may be. So thank you again, and see you next week.